Good morning, friends. How are you all? Okay. Stay home, stay safe, be careful with Corona. Okay. Coming to our professional ethics and human values class. So, today's class aspirations and harmony. Aspirations and harmony, right? So, professional ethics class. So, in this session, we need to discuss about aspirations, aspirations and harmony, we, and the nature. So, this topic we need to discuss now, right? Already we completed the value education in the previous classes. In this value education, we have three methods: direct and indirect method, and curriculum and co-curriculum method. And the third thing is integrated approach. We discussed this thing, right? In the next class and the last class from unit 2, that is customs and traditions. So we will end up this unit with the customs and traditions, right? We completed this thing. Human dignity in the previous class we completed. Human rights we completed. Fundamental duties, article number 51A from our Indian constitutions. So today's class aspirations and harmony, we, nature. Today's class we completed these topics: emotional intelligence, Solvay's model, and Mayer's model, and emotional competencies that particularly Goldman's, Daniel Goldman's King model for this emotional competencies. We already completed this thing. So today's class aspirations and harmony, and the last class is customs and traditions, right? The next class we will have customs and traditions, and then we will enter to the third unit of professional ethics and human values, right? This fundamental duties 51(1)A article A. Already completed these all topics, right? Daniel Goldman's emotional competencies model, and also we completed this thing also: ethical decision making process, value education, direct approach, indirect curricular and co-curricular approaches, integrated approaches. Human dignity in the last class. So in this human dignity, we have two types. First one is human dignity factors and workplace dignity factors. So this for human being. As a human being, we need to follow these factors. Forget human dignity. As a human being, here as a employee, as a worker, we need to follow these factors to get workplace dignity. Workplace dignity. Now today's class aspirations. Listen carefully. Aspirations. Achieving what you want for yourself and your life is called as your aspirations. So these are the two slides. Aspirations profile. The basic aspirations of a human life and compare with human living levels. So these are for these 4 levels, right? This slide and this slide, these 2 slides are belongs to this aspiration topic. And the next class we will meet in the customs and traditions, right? These charts, 1, 2, 3 slides for customs and traditions. So listen carefully. Today's class aspirations. So in this aspiration simply means a hope, their ambition of achieving something. So that is called as here aspiration. So every person have hopes, right? Every person having some targets and achievements, right? So everybody wants to get his target. He wants to achieve his target, right? So first of all, we need to focus upon setting of our targets. We should set the targets of ourselves in our future, for our future. So after setting the targets, after setting the goals in our life, then we plan for achieving that goals in our life for our personality development or development of ourselves, right? So first of all, we need to focus upon set the targets in our personal life. So here the aspirations means a hope or ambition to achieve the targets, to achieve something. So ambition or hope to achieve something is called as here ambition, aspiration. So here achieving what you want for yourself and your life, that efforts, that achieving plans is called as here aspirations. Once again, I want to repeat it. Achieving what you want for yourself and your life, that achieving what you want efforts and the hope and desires and ambitions is called as here aspirations. The hope, the hope, the efforts, the desires to achieve something in your life, that efforts and desires, that ambition is called as here aspirations, right? So here, these are the few, the basic aspirations of human being, right? These are the few basic needs, basic aspirations. So continuous happiness, continuous happiness. So everybody wants this thing, right? So continuous of happiness, don't stop, right? Some of the days want be happy, and some of days be sad. So like that, don't want every human being don't want like this, right? Every human being wants to be happy, right? In a continuous purpose, right? Continuous happiness. కొన్నాళ్ళు బాధలు, కొన్నాళ్ళు సంతోషాలు, అలా ఎవరు కోరుకోరు, right? So everybody wants to continuous happiness in their life, right? Am I right or not? So here, look at this thing, continuous happiness, the basic aspirations of each and every human being, right? Next, the prosperity. The prosperity means here, look at this thing, the condition of being successful. So being successful and economic well-being are rich, well settled, richness and luxuries. So luxuries and richness and well-being, economically well-being. Economic means financially well settled, financially well-being is another aspiration of every human being. Am I right? So this economic, financially well settled is called as here economic well-being, and richness, luxury, luxurious life, joy, right? These conditions of being successful, these all things are comes under here prosperity. So this prosperity is another aspirations of human beings. You or me or anybody having these types of aspirations or hopes in our personal life, right? So continuous happiness is one of the aspiration, and is prosperity. Prosperity means financially settled, economic well-being, richness, luxury, having joy, and being successful in our life. So these successful person, be a successful person, financially settled, richness, luxury, joy, this all also comes under prosperity. So the continuous happiness and having the prosperity is another aspirations of human life. And coming to the third thing, The basic aspiration is here value education. Value education is another aspiration of our human life. Aspiration, sorry, value education. Already in the previous slides, we discussed about this thing. Value education, right? Value education. So exchange them values and moral values, ethical values to each other is called as here value education. Already we discussed this topic in the previous slides, right? So these all things, share and care, doing our best, respect, freedom, honesty, trust, understanding, forgiveness, responsibility. These all things exchange between two persons is called as here value education, right? So this value education through we can develop these three methods. So these three methods we can develop the value education: direct, indirect approaches, curriculum and co-curriculum approach, and integrated approaches. Right? Already we discussed these all things. So it is one of the aspiration of human being. Value education. Give respect to others and get respect from others. Forgive others, and you will be forgive by others. Give respect and take respect. Right? So these are value educations, and we can develop and learn from those methods, right? So this value education is one of the aspiration of human life. And next, coming to the harmony. Harmony means people are living in a harmony with each other rather than fight and arguing with each other. Just having good relation between each other's legal relations, right? So having good relations and having cooperative and cooperativeness with each other, that is called as here harmony. Harmony, a good relationship and good and positive relationship between each others. So between the colleagues and between the parents and between the mother and father and between the father and son, mother and son, father and daughter and mother and the daughter, brother and brother, sister and sister, brothers and sisters. So between all these categories, we should maintain the harmony between the people, between the human beings. So harmony means simply is here to maintain positive and good relationships to each other rather than fighting to each other and arguing with each other. Not to go for arguing with other persons, not go for fighting with other persons. Just maintain a good and positive relations with others is called as here harmony. Harmony. So aspirations and harmony, right? So harmony means that thing, living harmony with each others rather than fighting with fighting and arguing, rather than fighting and arguing. That is called as here harmony. So everybody wants to maintain and have harmony in their life, right? So that is another aspiration of human beings. And coming to the next thing, self-exploration. Self-exploration. So every person wants to explore himself or herself to the society, to in front of the society, to prove himself, to prove herself in front of the society is called as here self-exploration. Self-exploration. Simply, I have abilities, I have capabilities, I have talent. So I want to prove my talent and my skills in front of others. That thought is called as here self-exploration. Self-exploration, right? Prove his potentialities in front of the society is called as here simply self-exploration, right? And next, everybody wants to explore their self, right? And having all physical facilities, it is another aspiration of human life. So having all physical facilities means having a car, having a buildings, bungalows, right? Having jewelries, diamonds, having a rich clothing, right? Having rich food, right? Having fridge, TV, vehicles, cars, mobiles. jewelries, all facilities, right? Having all physical facilities in their life is another aspiration of human life, right? So these all things are aspirations of human life. So simply these are the wants of human life. Am I right? So next thing, having good relationship with all others. And so having good relationship with friends, having good relationship with relatives and neighbors, and having good relationship with colleagues in our workplace. These are the few parts or comes under in this good relationships. So maintain and having good relationship with all other persons. It is another aspiration of our human lives. And next, having respect from others, just gain or got. So gain respect from others, having respect from others. Everybody wants this thing. Am I right? So everybody wants this thing. So everybody wants to get respect from others. And they don't want to give respect to others, but they want to get respect from others, right? So having respect from others. And next, be a role model for others. So everybody wants to be a role model for others, right? So these are the few aspirations, few wants of human beings. But here, these all things, continuous happiness, prosperity, value education, harmony, not fighting and arguing with others, but having good relationship with others, harmony, self-exploration, having physical all facilities, right? Good relationships, having respect from others, and be a role model for others. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These all aspirations or wants in our personal life should be equivalent or related to human living levels. Human living levels. So this all for the level of individual level. Individual level, not comparing with the group or all other persons. Just in our personal life, for development of our personality, ourselves, we have this all types of aspirations in the level of individual, and these are also used for in the level of family level, our family level, father, mother, brothers and sisters, and life partner, children. So in this family level, we have some set of aspirations. So individual level, not mingle with family members also, just individually, yourself. So you have some aspirations. So that particular set of aspirations for your individual, so yourself, and the family level, and the society level. So society means friends, relatives, neighbors, and unknown persons. These all categories are comes under here society. So for friends, relatives, neighbors, and unknown persons, that particular level, we have some set of aspirations. So, and finally, in the nature or existence. So simply our nationality, our Indian national, sorry, our domestic country having some set of aspirations. So these all things maybe individual level, or this also maybe using for family level, and these all used for in the society level, and these are for national level also, domestic country, in our domestic country level, right? So these are the aspirations and relates to human being levels, human being levels. Coming to the aspirations profile, aspirations profile. So here, look at this thing: high, low, low, high. It is a matrix model. So here, just this x-axis, we should be focusing upon our future dreaming. So this y-axis, just assume it is y-axis. So here it is present at present time, and present we are doing these two, right? Hibernation, perspiration. These are at present we are doing. Here in this y-axis, hibernation and imagination. So for estimation of future and a dreaming for future. So in this level, hibernation and imagination. At present, we are doing level hibernation and perspirations. So first of all, we understand what is meant by hibernation and what is meant by perspiration. Aspiration, perspiration, and aspirations, imaginations. So first of all, we need to understand these four terminologies. Then we can understand this high-low and y-axis and x-axis. So first of all, we need to and we should be able to know about these four things. First of all, coming to hibernation. Hibernation means has no goal for the future and puts forth on effort, no effort in the present. So no goal, no efforts in our personal life. That type of situation, that type of state is called as hibernation. If you have no goals and you don't put any efforts for your future, then you will be the stage of hibernation. Hibernation. It is quite opposite to aspiration. So these are two opposite forces. So here, look at this. I won't repeat it. No goals for your future, and don't put any efforts for development of yourself. That stage is called as here hibernation. No goal, no effort for your future. No goal, no efforts for your future is called as here hibernation. Please remember this thing, right? Next, this opposite word is aspiration. So here, set goals for the future and put efforts for the present, in the present to reach these goals. So look at here, no goals, no efforts. But here, set goals and do efforts and put efforts. So these are the two opposite words. Please remember this thing, right? Now coming to perspiration and imagination. So first of all here, perspiration means work hard in the present, but no goal for the future, right? Some of persons do like this, right? So do the hard work, do the hard works, but no goal in life, no goals in the life. That state, that status is called as perspiration. Perspiration. Do the hard work, do the hard works, right? It is good, but no goal for the future, but no goal in the future. But these persons are hard workers, but they don't have any goals till now. That state is called as perspiration. Perspiration, right? So now these two are opposite to each other. Here, set the goals for the future, but don't put the efforts to reach their goals. So that type of stage is called as imagination stage. So here, set the goals. Already these people set some targets. They set the goal, but they don't do anything. They does not put their efforts to reach their goals. That type of status is called as imagination, dreaming, dreaming only, right? Here, perspiration means doing things, hard workers, but not at set the goals, not at set the goals. So that is called as perspiration, imagination, hibernation, and aspiration. These are the four things. So aspiration profile or aspiration levels, these are the four levels, aspiration levels, right? So once again I want to repeat it. Hibernation means no goals, no efforts. Aspiration means set the goals and do efforts to reach that goals, aspirations. So quite opposite to these two things. But these two things are opposite to each other. Perspiration means do the hard work but not having a specific goal. Do the hard work but not having the specific goals. Here, imagination means set the goals but don't do any things. But don't do any efforts to achieve that goals. That is called as your imagination, right? It's very, very important topic, right? So now coming to low and high for these two things, hibernation, imagination. And then at present stage doing level, low, high, these two, horizontal, hibernation, perspiration, right? So first of all, look at here, vertically. So low, no goals for your future and don't put any efforts for your future. That stage is called as your hibernation, right? Of here, if we want to develop ourselves, then dreaming level will appear. Then we will enter from this stage to this stage. So here, then comparison of these two, here no goals, no efforts. But here, set the goals, but not put any efforts. So comparison between these two here, hibernation, no goals, imagination, set the goals. But the same thing is here, don't put any efforts. Here also don't put any efforts. So this is future planning or dreaming, right? But planning for in a horizontal way, at present, our state, and at present we are doing no goals, no efforts. Here, do the hard works, but no goals. So comparison between these two, right? So in the future or at the present, once again I want to repeat it, in the future, dreaming, and present, we are doing. In these both cases, aspirations is the best thing. So in the future and dreaming sense, take the high level, and in the present doing state, take the high level. Then in both sides we have get aspirations. So set the goals for the future and put the efforts for reach the goals, aspirations. And we don't be this stage, right? So in this future and dreaming in the low stage, and present and doing stage will be low stage. So in a vertical we will have low, and present we will have in this low status. That is hibernation. ఇటువైపు నుంచి చూసినా లోనే, ఇటువైపు నుంచి చూసినా లోగా ఉంటే, then we call it as hibernation. So no goals, no efforts. And then in this angle we can see in the high level, and in this angle we can see this high level, that is aspirations, right? So check yourself, your status belongs to hibernation or imagination stage, or aspiration stage, or perspiration stage. Check yourself. So what is your level? this level or this or this or this. So check yourself, your level from these four levels, right? Hybridization level, imagination level, aspiration and perspiration levels. But this is all about aspirations level or aspirations profile, right? Finally, aspirations means achieving what you want for yourself and for your life. That is called as your aspirations. Continuous happiness, prosperity, value education, harmony, self-exploration, having all physical facilities, maintain good relations, having respect from others, and be a role model for others. These are the basic aspirations of every human being. And these all aspirations we can have in these four levels: individual level aspirations, family level aspirations, society level aspirations, and our domestic country national level aspirations, right? And this is the aspirations chart or aspirations types: imagination type, hibernation, perspiration, aspirations. These are the types of aspirations, right? So hibernation means no goal, no efforts. Imagination means set the goals but not efforts. Aspiration means set the goals and do efforts for the aspirations. Perspiration means work hard but not set the goals. So this is all about the aspirations of human beings, right? Right. So in the next class we will have customs and traditions. This customs and traditions is the last topic from our unit 2. So in the next class we will end up the second unit and we will enter to the third unit in the next classes, right? Thanks for listening. Stay home, stay safe. Be careful with corona. Thanks. Bye guys.